Hey guys, welcome back to the Mirror Army podcast. This podcast was recorded last Thursday when myself and Lewis were in Blackpool. Enjoy the podcast and let's get started. Well, here we are, tucked up here in a lovely hotel room here in Blackpool. Welcome back to the Mirror Army podcast for another episode. Yes, we are on tour this week. Welcome to, I would already say sunny Blackpool, but it's not really a sunny Blackpool. It's absolutely horrendous outside. It's been pissing down for the last 2 days. I think we got a wee tiny bit of a break in between, but to be honest with you, not very much. But anyway, yes, guys, welcome back to the Mirror Army podcast. We are here at the Blackpool Football Club Hotel, and I'm joined by a special guest on the podcast this week. I have a returning guest. He hasn't been on the podcast since, I think it's been Christmas last year. What's that?
I came on after that.
I can't remember. But anyway, yes, we're back, and we've got here today, we have Lewis, who is sitting here as a happy boy with another new bottle of Prime Days collection, but we'll talk about that shortly. But welcome back to the podcast. It's been where should we say, it's been a fun trip, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a wet, cold, entertaining, violent, should we say, violent trip to Blackpool. You haven't saw my YouTube channel yet or any of my social media posts. You'll understand when. But before we get into discussion with Lewis here today, guys, just want to obviously go through the necessary stuff that I always do before I continue on with the podcast. If you want to get in touch with us here on the Mirror Army podcast, you can by the following methods. If you want to contact us by email, you can certainly do it with mirrorarmypodcast@yahoo.com. Also, if you want to contact us on social media, you can certainly do it by Instagram, official Matthew Moore on Instagram. You want to follow Lewis on Instagram, I'll give him a wee plug. It's Lewis Moore, YNWA, which stands for You'll Never Walk Alone. Also, if you want to contact myself on the old Facebook, it's Mirror Army YouTube channel on Facebook. Please drop a like on that, would appreciate it. Also, if you want to check out Lewis's YouTube channel, which is Lewis Moore, Luis Moore, you can check out all his great vlogs he's been making this past week in Liverpool with my dad, and also as all their content for his games and all the other stuff that he does as wee vlogs now and again too as well. And also, guys, if you want to get some of your Mirror Army merchandise and more, check out all the vlogs, social media posts and more, which is the Mirror Army Hub. It's mirrorarmy.co.uk. It's mirrorarmy.co.uk. And finally, I just want to give a shout out to Food Guru and I for supporting this podcast. You want to go on to TikTok and also on social media and Facebook. You can check out all their great reviews for businesses across Northern Ireland. Anything to do with your food. If you're a bit of a foodie out there and you love all your food, Food Guru and I, you can go and check out all their great reviews of all their different businesses and also places across here in Northern Ireland. Lewis, you're sitting there now, you're sitting looking at me going, Daddy, you've finished ranting and raving there. This has been an interesting trip, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Hi. Fun, violent, wet, cold.
You already said that.
Have you enjoyed yourself though?
Yeah, it's been fun. I've just been travelling too much recently. I need to go home.
You have been. God love you. You were in Blackpool, or not Blackpool, sorry, Liverpool at the start of the week from Sunday onwards. You were home for how long? Not even 12 hours. Home for a Halloween get together for a party with the family, and then literally up the next morning for a flight to Manchester, then travel down to Blackpool here. So, are you tired?
Very. I need bed.
But we want to talk about some things that we've been up to here in Blackpool. Before we do, the main reason why we came here to Blackpool, Lewis, was to come here for a football game.
Yeah.
Okay. And we came to come here for what do you call it? As we're recording a podcast, there's an ambulance going by. Just as I was about to talk that there, an ambulance go by. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but what have you done? Is that the police car coming to arrest you? But anyway, we're here actually for a football game. We were at the Fleetwood Town versus Blackpool game last night at Highbury. Now, Lewis, yourself and me and Paul, Brooke's boyfriend, went to Highbury during pre-season, and we thought, yeah, we'll definitely try and get a Fleetwood game in this season. And through contacts of mine and stuff like that, there we managed to get really good seats thanks to Fleetwood Football Club for the game last night against their rivals, Blackpool. Now, Lewis, you were saying to me for weeks you were looking forward to this game because it's a big local game. Can I ask you, I mean, it finished 3-3. You were laughing at me in the stand at one point. You were saying to me, I remember at one point I said to you, when it was 3-2 to Blackpool, or even 2-1 the Fleetwood, I was saying to you, I think this is going to finish 3-3. And you were saying to me, Dad, get your betting app out. You need to make a bet tonight. And I wish I had listened to you because it ended up being 3-3. But can I ask you, from where you were sitting, your first competitive game in League One compared to being at Premier League games and Champions League games and all with Liverpool, what do you think of that game last night?
It was actually quite good. We have been to Fleetwood before the season started. It was not a pre-season before, yeah. And then pre-season, but then that match was even better because most a derby and then all that stuff and all happens. And
the game itself was incredible. Let's talk about the game first of all. I mean, could you ask for any more?
No.
What was your bet? I mean, you have a favourite player for Fleetwood. Would you get to shake his hand afterwards? But what do you just overall favourite parts of the game? What was the whole night for you there?
Seeing Phoenix.
Well, player, but I mean overall.
Good, yeah. Just obviously anything that when you go to watch a football match, obviously your best part's gonna be the goals anyway. Anyone will say that, unless like something fancy happens and nothing really else you can like enjoy.
What about the atmosphere with them fans last night?
That as well, especially on a derby day, you're obviously gonna have really good atmosphere and chance to each and other like supporters and then all that stuff. It's quite tense in some moments.
It was fun going up to the game on the tram because we saw Blackpool fans and Fleetwood fans together, which was fun. And remember this guy get on the tram and he started getting everybody to sing and all. It was great crack. It was great atmosphere.
Yeah, that actually was quite cool. Didn't sing with him because I'm not a Blackpool supporter, but
as you sit here in the Blackpool hotel, you're terrible.
No, I'm not. I swear I'm not. I'm not.
But no, it was a great game. I mean, we had flares. We had. What about those Fleetwood fans behind the goal with no shirts on a cold November night?
Oh God, that was just like mental.
Oh, you get supporters like that all the time. So you do, no matter where you go, especially in big games. But no, overall it was a great game. 3-3 it finished. Plenty of goals. We had yellow cards. We had drama. We had thrills and spills. We had comebacks. We also balls cleared off the line. We had oh my goodness me. We had arguments. We had fights. We had the dugouts going mad. We had everything. But that was the great part of it all. Now, Lewis, I want you to really give me your honest opinion on this here because after the game was obviously a bit unfortunate that we ran into a bit of a situation where we were leaving the stadium after the game and we were heading towards the tram, which takes you back down to Blackpool here. And obviously you just get on the tram and stuff like that as usual and everything's great. And then all of a sudden, it literally moved for not even a minute. And all we heard was this voice screaming, "Get down, get down, get down." And the next minute, I pulled Lewis to the ground and all you heard was boom, boom, boom. It actually sounded like gunshots going off. It was insane. Some crowd of, I don't know, police officer was speaking to you afterwards, saying to us, it was either young ones or whatever, someone from the local area. They're not pointing fingers at either Fleetwood or Blackpool fans. It was just absolutely fucking insane. They went nuts and they broke all the windows on the tram and there was a lady, Lewis, behind us, got glass in her eye. I mean, I don't know why you saw her, did you?
No, I didn't see her. You didn't see her either. We couldn't find her. We literally just started shouting water across the flipping tram. The guy was standing up on top of the chair shouting, "Get water, get water." She's got glass in her eye. It was a scary experience. I mean, the girl behind us with her dad, she threw herself on the floor. It was like something out of the war. I know, that was just like you don't throw yourself on the ground. You like go down on the ground, but like why did you throw yourself? That's like. I know you're scared and all, but like just don't throw.
Well, it's at the end of the day, if someone's trying to attack something like that, and as we're recording here, there's fireworks going off outside as well because of the whole Guy Fawkes weekend over here. I think we actually hear more fireworks out there now. But yeah, no, guys, it was an experience that I've never happened to me before, where they attacked the tram. They literally destroyed the tram, and it was just absolutely crazy. We flicked the camera on, obviously, on my phone to record stuff from when we were on the tram, from our experience to show people. Because funny enough, Lewis, I was just saying to you a few seconds before, I was going to continue on a wee vlog on the tram as we were about to take off from the ground. And, you know, I'm glad I didn't because people would have witnessed that, obviously, what happened last night. But it was just absolutely insane the way they attacked. And the guys who were on this, you know, see the fellas beside us, they were pulling the doors up and they were shouting, "No, there's kids on here, get that stuff." And everyone's running off the tram to chase them away. And within, I would say, well, within not even a minute, there was police cars there, there was vans there was police on horses. I'm sure you probably saw that too as well. But from your experience, obviously being a young man compared to me, obviously, I mean, something that you obviously haven't witnessed before in football. Remember that time we went to the Napoli game years ago at Anfield?
No, I swear, you went by yourself that game, did you not?
No, you were there that night.
Oh, yeah.
That was the night we saw. Remember that time we saw them in the square outside the Liverpool store, and we saw them with all these weapons and stuff. So I took Lewis offside to get on the bus to go to Anfield, and there was something like 50 arrests at the ground that night. But we never saw anything like compared to last night. We were actually right in the middle of it.
You've seen worse out of a Liverpool match as well.
Well, I have. I've seen.
So, you heard what happened, but you're a bit closer to it, but you didn't really see very much of it.
No. There's been things that have happened in football matches I've been to. Like the time that your Irish fella from Liverpool supporter got beaten outside Anfield that night, Sean Cox. I was there that night, but I was in the stand. I didn't see it happening. So, but at the end of the day, what we saw last night was absolutely disgusting. They attacked innocent people in those trams. And lucky enough, well, was the guy in front of us? He had his hand cut up or something, wasn't it? We were leaving the tram.
Yeah, he got off near us. He was somewhere on the tram, but like he just had his like, I think it was like his, what do you call that finger?
Index finger, the big one.
Yeah, the big index finger. So yeah, it was cut. So
all the windows, most of the majority of the windows were smashed, and it was just trying to get everybody off, and people were losing the plot. They were shouting like, let us off in case they come back, and it's a thing I've never experienced before in football. But at the end of the day, things like that shouldn't be happening in local football, especially, I mean, there was Fleetwood fans on that tram as well, just because there was an older man standing beside us with a Fleetwood jacket on. Did you see him? I was talking to him at the end, and he was even saying he's never experienced anything like that.
oh, the sick guy.
Yeah, he was wearing like a Fleetwood jacket.
Yeah.
He was sitting beside us.
Yeah.
And he said he'd never experienced anything like that in the whole time he's been going. Now, it's not even just because it was derby games, because apparently in the last couple of games, and even in the last season as well, this gang, whoever they are, have been hanging around Blackpool games, Fleetwood games and stuff like that, and they've been attacking different things like that. So it's crazy. And we're recording still here. There's more fireworks outside. We're just trying to record a podcast here, but there's fireworks being shot outside. We're actually recording this podcast a little bit later on in the day, because obviously it's getting darker now, a bit earlier, because of obviously the time change in the UK and the clocks have been back and stuff. But but overall, it was an experience that I will never forget as being a football fan, and I'm sure it's one you'll probably, well, don't know why you'll ever forget it, because you'll probably remember very much when you get older. But overall, Lewis, I mean, how are you feeling after today? I mean, are you feeling alright about it all after it all?
Yeah, of course I am. It happened yesterday, so I'm just over it anyway. Because whenever things happen the next day, to get up and get on with it, honestly.
See, that's the odds. Funny enough, I was on the phone with your granny today, and speaking to friends and all today, they all expect Lewis to be all shook up and worried and all. With Lewis, he takes everything in his stride, and he's kind of like, well, Dad, it'd be different if something serious, one of us got injured.
Well, if it happened to me, it'd be a different story, but nothing happened to me, so.
If we got injured.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't. So, but even so, for anybody to be part of that is ridiculous.
I keep listening.
He keeps hearing all these fireworks. We're sitting by the window here in the hotel room, and we're trying to look out the window here at the same time as we're recording the podcast. But even though, guys, it was just it was an experience that I'll never forget, and I hope that the lady who got glass in her eye is okay, and she is. There's more fireworks going on.
Behind us.
Okay, hope the lady's actually okay. And I hope she's obviously not too seriously injured, and also that man as well with the cut. But even so, nobody should go to a football match and come home like that and have to witness that, especially with a lot of kids on the trams as well. I mean, we ran into a Canadian family afterwards. I don't know if you remember them, Lewis, the Canadian family we ran into, and they were really, really nice. So they were. There's a guy actually with one of them. He said he was born here, and he said he hasn't been to a Blackpool or for Fleetwood game in years and years. And he says to come to this here, he says, I'll not be back anytime soon. But overall, it started off to be a great night, and it turned out to be an absolute shit night towards the end. So it did. So there you go. But apart from that, Lewis, I mean, away from the football and stuff, we went out today, and should we say the weather wasn't on our side today?
Weather not on our side. It was literally blowing us on nearly on our sides.
We walked along the seafront, guys. If you watch my vlogs and all from over the years of Blackpool, there's two or three different sections of Blackpool. If you get in behind all the main shops along the seafront, it isn't too bad. But when you get out the seafront, Lewis, and you took off like a kite today.
Well, see, when we were walking here, not today, yesterday, coming first the hotel, Like, as soon as I literally turned one corner, I literally got swept off my feet. Like, honestly, it was actually just like kind of funny. But.
What was it like? Guys, we're going to tell you here what it was like even going to the airport on, was it Wednesday morning? What was the airport, trying to get through all that water to get to the airport with Granny and Grammy in the car?
That was just funny.
We were driving, guys, from Bangor to Belfast International Airport on Wednesday morning. And number one, it was an early drive, which obviously, thank you, Dad, if you're listening, for obviously taking us there again. But we were driving up through the roads that takes you just up towards the airport, and the rain was, number one, coming down torrentially. I mean, like, fucking haven't seen rain like that for a long time. And then the bloody roads were flooding. But then, Lewis, here.
Yeah, speaking about the storm.
Uh-huh.
Right, so on news it says record-breaking storm batters Channel Islands with 104 miles per hour gusts as southern England is hit by flooding.
Just as you said there, I was talking to that taxi driver we had earlier on today, and she was saying it's all down the south at the minute. So lucky enough we're heading away from here tomorrow, thank goodness. But we got our flight to Manchester, right? And normally I'd ring Mum or whatever it is when I get back there, and I rang Mum and I said, right, did you get home okay through the rain? She went, do you really want to rephrase what she said? Like, she's like, no, we did not. She said, by the time, Lewis, there was a part of just near the airport where there was a big jam puddle, and I mean, it wouldn't even be like a puddle. What was it your granddad said? It was like a freaking swimming pool. By the time they took us 10 minutes up the road, dropped us at the airport and drove back, one of the pipes underneath the ground had burst. All the drains had started coming up, and it overflowed the entire road. Your auntie and granddad were telling me, Lewis, that apparently there was a flood. So bad there was a girl trapped in her car, and it was just absolutely horrendous. It took Mum and Dad nearly 3 hours to get home, between being detoured 2 or 3 different times. Dad was actually cracking up. At one point, he was like losing the plot because they were directing him a certain way, which was taking him basically around in a circle back to where he was originally, and he was losing the plot. Because then I was on the phone with Mum again. Not even an hour later, he was still screaming and shouting down the phone, calling them for fucking everything. Oh, yeah, fucking stupid bastard and all that. You Jerry sent me down that way and all. So back home, I don't know what it's like today. Now, Mum said it hasn't been raining today, which is a good thing. So hopefully all the water's starting to dry up. But here, Lewis, I didn't even show you this. In Northern Ireland, places like Newry, all the banks have burst in the rivers and all their towns are flooded, which is absolutely insane. One of the football grounds that we were at the other week, we posted a TikTok about this on my TikTok account. I forgot to mention it, official Matthew Muir on TikTok, by the way. Anna United Football Club, their whole outside of their ground, their stadium, and their 4G pitch is completely flooded and sitting in, I know how many feet of water, which is crazy. But today, over here in Blackpool today in England, the weather is absolutely horrendous. It hasn't stopped raining. Lewis is just trying to think of a wee story here to try and talk to me here. What's that saying, that, Lewis? What the hell is that? I don't know what it is about the weather. But apparently this storm, what did they call that storm again? I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, England's one's called...
Where do they get all these friggin' names for these storms?
England one is called...
Where do they get these names? They come up with all these random names for these storms.
Plus, basically, it was like a hurricane type of force as well, because a 180-year-old cottage wrecked, planes abort, landing in windy weather, storms. Storm Karen or something.
My friend Mark, who listens to the podcast, texted me yesterday and said to me, I think it was one of his family members or a friend was landing. By the way, hello, Mark. I know you're listening to the podcast. He said they had to do 2 or 3 times to try and land in London because of the winds. But we were fine whenever we were doing it. I think this has been a breaking story here on a thing here. Let's have a look here. Oh dear, more heavy winds to come to Blackpool and stuff like that there. So, but there you go. But no, guys, the weather has been absolutely horrendous all across the UK here, and I hope everybody who is listening to my podcast is okay and they're fine and there's no major issues there, because now the rain over here tonight apparently is to stop. So we'll just here's hoping that it does stop. Fingers crossed. But here, also, Halloween's just been there, Lewis. Now, I didn't do very much this year for Halloween. I had a bit of a Halloween party. So I did. Here. What about... you were at your friend's house up the street. What about Nanny and Brooke? Guys, go and check out my Halloween vlog on my channel from this past Tuesday night, where we had Mum and Dad round for a wee bit of food and had Paul and... Here. What the hell was going on with Brooke and Paul's outfit? Salt and pepper.
What?
I know.
Never heard that in my life.
Dresses S&P on their shirts, salt and pepper. Go and watch the vlog, guys, from the other night. Absolutely crazy. bucked off mad, the two of them. But I hope you all had a great Halloween out there, the lot of yous, and I hope you all had a great night and you were all safe and everybody had a great night and stuff. People were like mailing me. Actually, I was reading me emails today. I think we talked about it on Tuesday's podcast, for what I remember. We did actually. We're talking about dogs being affected by Halloween fireworks and stuff like that. Where I live, there's a lot of dogs where I live, and I heard a few of them barking, but not as many. But I was talking about it in the podcast there the weekend. But no, last Tuesday there. But no, Halloween wasn't a very quiet one for us. Well, apart from this one here, he came home and how long in the house? Not even 12 hours, and you're on the travels again.
Yeah, I know. Take me home.
Take me home. He can't wait to get home. Oh dear. But anyway, yes, guys, I hope you all had a great Halloween. Most importantly, about there this crazy weather going on out there. Hope you're all still safe out there. It's just been the last few days has been horrendous. But we're tucked up here in the hotel tonight. I'm going to head down to the hotel bar later on for a bit of dinner and a few beers. So, Lewis is going to have a few beers, aren't you?
Alright, something like that.
You're very talkative today. What's wrong? Are you still tired?
I'm trying to find stories.
Oh dear. He's reading through his phone here at the moment when we're trying to do the podcast here. But anyway, moving on, guys. Later on in the episode, we'll have the Jackass of the Week today. Me and Lewis were sitting discussing about that there. Who do you think should be a Jackass of the Week this week? Any suggestions?
Oh, mate, that thing I showed you 2 minutes ago.
Well, we haven't talked about it yet, but we haven't came to the conclusion yet, but we have a few wrote down here at the moment, so we're trying to decide what we're going to do. But we're going to get into some of your questions as well, guys. Now, some of the stories have been popping up in the news the last couple of days. Has been popping up. I'll go back to Lewis in just a wee second. This whole... Guys, you keep contacting me about this war. And I keep saying to you, and I'm not going to speak about it, but some of you either haven't listened to recent podcasts or whatever else. You keep contacting me saying, what's your view on this war in Israel and all the things going on, all about the protests in England and all the stuff going on in sport and all that there. What's your view on all that there? Guys, I've said, I'm going to say this one last time, I'm not going to talk about the war, to be honest with you, because some of the things that I've saw about that war is absolutely disgusting, and I'm not even going to comment on it because some of the stuff that I've saw online literally has turned my stomach, and I don't even want to talk about it, to be quite honest with you. But anyway, yes, guys, moving on. A few more have been contacting me the other day about this whole COVID inquiry going on as well. What's my thoughts on it? Dominic Cummings was in speaking about it the other day, about saying how stupid Boris Johnson basically was. But one story broke today that really made my blood boil was this moron that we talked about many a time over the last year or so, popping up now and again, Matt Hancock. The stories now came out today in this COVID inquiry that he wanted to be the person to decide who lived and who died during the whole start of this pandemic nonsense. And if this is true fact, then Matt Hancock should literally be punished for this, in my opinion. I've never liked him. I always thought he was a weasel. I never get on. I would never have got on with myself even if I met the guy. Would have never wanted to speak to him. Because at the end of the day, I think he's an absolute clown. I mean, the guy who was telling us all to stay at home and locked us up like animals while he was sitting there groping some other girl behind his wife's back, was in my opinion, is absolutely disgusting. So it is absolutely disgusting. But anyway, no, it was all these, obviously had a few emails the other day about it and stuff, but no, I'm not going to talk more further about it because I'm just fed up talking about it. Lewis, you were at the game on Sunday for Liverpool. Now, guys, you all know our household's Liverpool men. And we're not going to talk about just football. We're going to talk about someone. We're going to actually talk about family. Luis Diaz, Liverpool player whose mum and dad were kidnapped in Colombia, which is just absolutely horrendous. You were at the game on Sunday. Whenever Diego Jota scored, he ran to the side of the pitch and they threw him a shirt on. They held the shirt and all for him, which I thought was a great touch. What was the atmosphere like in the Cop? Was it weird or was it just normal for Luis Diaz? Did you hear people talking about it in the stands? Or
well, we only entered the ground about 20 minutes before the match started, and then we were settling down, walking in, getting settled. I wasn't really listening to anyone around it. Then the match starts. Then I didn't even know we held up a shirt. I didn't even know it was Luis Diaz's shirt till after the game until I seen the picture. Because
you were high up in the stand, weren't you? But did you hear anybody around you talking about it or anything out there or stuff?
No, not really.
No, but it's been an ongoing story the last few days. I mean, the Colombian government has now come out and said the dad was kidnapped as well and by left-wing rebels. Is it off the Libertarian Army? Says his dad was seized at gunpoint as well with his wife last Saturday. They were kidnapped. The player's mother was left behind in a car as well at one point by kidnappers as police closed in, but the gunmen dragged away his father first of all. Hundreds of police and soldiers have been deployed to free him. So now they've all been. I think he has been found.
Also, today was like they didn't know that was his dad, and then they've now went the people who are higher up in that whatever that organised group is for all that have been actually requested to free him at the moment.
Yeah,
because he has been found.
I thought I was reading the other day that he actually has been freed. I'm not honestly sure at the time of this recording, guys. I'm not honestly 100% sure, but the story here in front of me here on my laptop, and we're just looking at this picture. Lewis, you were at that game on Sunday with them holding the shirt up for Luis Diaz, which was great support from the actual club itself. It's just absolutely insane. But the last I was reading, apparently, I don't know why they found him or not. I'm not 100% sure. But even so, I mean, that's somebody's dad and mum. You know what I mean? That's just, for anybody to be kidnapped is absolutely crazy. We were talking about it on the podcast. I think it was last Tuesday. We were talking about the whole thing about Madeleine McCann being missing still. And they're still they found some lead recently as well about that, which I haven't heard any more on, which just absolutely bonkers. But to have someone's family kidnapped like that is just crazy. So it is absolutely crazy, but here's hope. I mean, you were at the game on Sunday. I've seen a few different video angles from different people and stuff, and there was people like, in the stands were talking about it and saying, I've seen people doing match reports and all, I'd say, for like social media and stuff like that, and they were all talking about it and saying that the club's fully behind him 100%, which is obviously they should be. But even so, I'm hoping that this matter gets put to bed, and obviously the Diaz family can move on from this. Now, one thing I want to talk about on the podcast today is Netflix. A lot of people out there, millions of people around the world all subscribe to Netflix. Netflix is probably one of the biggest streaming service platforms in the world, along with the likes of Amazon and Apple TV. And I used to be a subscriber to Netflix, not so much anymore because I don't really watch TV as much as what I used to. But recently I've been reading a few stories up there coming up. Now, Lewis has got a wee list there that he brought to my attention earlier on today as well. To talk about Netflix. Netflix are apparently putting their prices up by £2 again. And a lot of people online are talking about it and saying they're not happy because obviously they're paying enough as it is for it. It's one of those services where, especially here in the UK, I mean, we've been talking about the TV license as well for the last year or two, or a year or so as well here on the podcast, about you don't have to have a TV license to watch Netflix as long as it's not live streaming. Some people still think you do have to have a TV license. It's a whole big discussion that we've had here on the Mirror Army podcast, but Netflix apparently are putting their prices up soon for an extra £2 a month, and a lot of people are not happy with that. So if you have anything you want to talk about that, guys, we can discuss it further. Any questions about that there on Netflix coming up on Tuesday's podcast next week. Excuse me. You can get in touch with me. But Lewis, you were saying to me as well that Netflix apparently here in the UK are removing a lot of movies on the... Yeah, they're them on the US platform as well.
Probably mostly everybody removing movies, so they're doing it a lot recently. I don't know.
Well, you have a recent list of movies there that, how much? Well, can you name obviously a few off there? Because I mean, Lewis has done his research on this today for the podcast, which is great. There's been like so many movies they're taking off. Why are they taking these movies off? Did they say why?
No, just do it because they can. It's even kids' movies.
So they're charging you more money for the service, but they're taking stuff away. That doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't.
No. But Lewis has got some of here, guys. He wants to read some off to you here of some of the movies that might even catch your eye, obviously, stuff. But did they say when these movies are starting to be removed? Is it this month, is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to check up here now. Mm-hmm.
He had the
movies on the 1st of November. It's already passed.
Well, it's past now, so they've obviously, it's just a second.
Gone, so.
From today, they're obviously from this podcast being recorded, they're gone now. Just name a few here.
From yesterday, basically, they've removed, if anyone watches After Earth, Along Came a Spider, Annie. You know what Annie is?
The classic movie? The classic Annie?
1982 that was released.
My God.
The Art of Love, Batman Begins, The Bee Movie, The Big Short, Big Time Movie, Black Hawk Down, I think it is.
They haven't removed that, have they?
Yeah.
Why?
The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, The Cable Guy, Cliffhanger.
The Cable Guy, Jim Carrey's movie?
I think so.
Why? It's a classic.
Cliffhanger, Coming to America.
No. Wow, that's one of my favourite movies of all time. Remember that video? I don't think you've ever seen that. Remember the video I done on TikTok at the back garden? Good morning, my neighbours.
The Dark Knight. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yep. And then The Dark Knight Rises, Deck the Halls, Escape from whatever that is. A Fairly Odd Summer, Fast and Furious.
All of them or just the one?
It just says one. Oh, the Fast and the Furious, the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast Fire, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think that's 40 Love, and then Girls Interrupted, The Gall Commit, Hey Arnold, the Fungo movie, The Hunger Games Catching Fire, The Hunger Games Mockingjay, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. I can't read that one. Just
any other real major big ones coming up, or I can't believe they removed the cable guy and coming to America.
Hunger Games is quite big.
My God, what the hell? Why they're charging you £2 more for the service, but they're going to be removing a lot of. I've heard of that before. I'm not a massive movie buff.
Free Justice.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it's the movie, but.
Okay. One to these now to say. Well, it is on.
Fast, Too Furious.
Another Fast and Furious going. Even though this is an on-lease podcast.
What do you call it? What was it? What do you call it? Vampires and Uncle Buck.
They haven't removed Uncle Buck, have they? For the love of Pebble.
Second today, they've removed Hapless and Velvet Goldmine. Velvet Goldmine. 4th of November, I can't pronounce that, man. And then Freaky C, and the thing's just called C. Simon Calls Sua. 5th is Alone / Together. A New York Christmas Wedding. 6th of November.
My God, there's so many.
One More Try. 9th of November's Lombok, I think it's called, and then The Railway Man. Then 10th of November's Love, and then I'm Passing. And then 12th of November's is Very Special Love First and First Love. 15th is The Giant. The 16th is Accepted, and whatever the hell that is.
Well, that's just to name a few. But
Despicable Me 2 on the 17th of November. Where else is everywhere else? They're moving TV shows as well.
Well, the full list is available online, guys. You want to go and check it out. I can't believe they're actually removing that. That is absolutely disgusting. Why are they doing that? I mean, I don't understand. They're charging you £2 extra.
It's not really that popular anymore.
What, Netflix? Well, Netflix is.
Not Netflix. Some of the movies.
Well, some of the movies you've mentioned are the likes of Uncle Buck and The Cable Guy and Coming to America and all, or classic movies that I grew up watching, and they've now obviously cut them off, which is absolutely disgusting. But I don't know, guys. It's crazy. They're charging you more money for a service, but they're taking a lot of the big. I always wonder, this is Reddit. Obviously, they're not really appealing to me, to be quite honest with you. But it's just goes to show you that these services can do whatever they want and they can charge whatever they want. I mean, just raise the price by £2. Unbelievable. But anyway, moving on. As I said to you guys, we're in this hotel tonight. We're just going to try and get this podcast on as quick as we can today. Oh, what's up?
Tyson Fury might retire with boxing star as risk of massive £200 million lawsuit.
Well, I was going to mention about the Tyson Fury fight at the weekend because some of you guys have been contacting me about that. People were saying it was fixed. But I didn't watch the fight, guys, to be quite honest with you. I never watched the fight, so I don't know. I really don't know. But hey-ho, people were saying it was because he got knocked down and he got back up, and we never watched it, but I don't know. But guys, yes, as I said to you, we're in this hotel room here today, and we are going to try and get into some of your questions here, which I'm going to open up here now while I'm talking to you. Let's have a look here and see. I'll get the emails opened up first. Well, I should have actually had this all open before I even record this. Right, we'll go to the emails first of all. MoorArmyPodcast at yahoo.com. Right, let's have a look here. One, see. Right, I've one here from Crystal. Crystal Ball?
Oh.
Crystal? You can talk about more in a second. This Crystal on the email has said, where are you from, Crystal? Let's have a look here and see where you're from. Doesn't even say. It says, hi Crystal. Hi Crystal. Hi Matthew, how you doing? Love listening to your podcast all the time. I listened to your podcast last Tuesday where you talked about, let's have a look. I've just hit the button on the email there. Damn, I've hit the button loose off her. Here we go. Right, where is that bloody email again? There it is. There we go. It says, hi Matthew. Listen to your podcast last Tuesday about Matthew Perry. Now Liz, I want to ask you about this because you watch Friends wee bits and pieces. Thought what you spoke about him very, very well was very, very good. Loved watching Friends myself growing up as a teenager. Was always there to go and watch. A program that I always go and watch when I was having a bad time. Very, very sad to hear about that. And it was really great to hear you speak about it on last Tuesday's podcast. Just wanted to say to you, keep up the good work, keep up the podcast, and I love listening to it every single week. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yes, can I ask you about the Matthew Perry thing? Because obviously, Brooke...
Well, really, I don't really have an opinion on it, to be honest with you, because I didn't really watch it often. I only watched it really when I was downstairs, like, the View or something.
But you know who he was, like, you knew who
Yeah,
Matthew
exactly. Everyone mostly knew who he was, as long as you watched one episode of Friends, and you obviously knew who he was. But
So sad, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but... What happens?
Yeah. Well, thank you for your email. I do appreciate it, as always. Let's get another one here on the emails. Let's have it already look down the list here and see. Right, of one here, if it opens up. One here from Grace. And where's Grace from? Let's have a look and see. Grace is from Edinburgh. We've got a Grace from Edinburgh, Lewis. Says, hey guys, how you doing? Love listening to your podcast and watching all your YouTube content. Love watching it every single week. Keep up the good work. We absolutely love it. Can I ask you, what's your plans for next summer? Are you returning back to Blackpool again, or are you heading abroad? Let me know what you think on this.
I want to go abroad.
That's from Grace. What were you saying, Lewis? Sorry.
I want to go abroad, but you don't want
Well, we are going abroad next year.
Where?
Going,
I know that, but like I want to go abroad for not for like a trip to go to something. I want to go like just go abroad just for like a few days just for the fun of it.
Okay. Well, Grace, to answer your question, next summer, Brooke has told us, this is an exclusive, Brooke has told us that she does not want to go on holiday with us anymore because apparently she wants to go away with Paul to do a couple of like, trips here and there and everywhere. So Lewis and I have been talking about this. And Lewis, how long we've been talking about this now? The last couple of weeks, about whether we're going to come back here for a couple of weeks in Blackpool in the summer, like we've always been doing, or should we go somewhere else? Now we are going to London in July again. We're going back to Wembley Stadium again, guys, to watch AEW wrestling all in at Wembley Stadium. But also WWE the following week are doing a big spectacular show in Berlin, Germany. Now here's the thing, I've always wanted to go to Germany. I've heard it's a beautiful country. And in Berlin, they're holding a show in is it the Mercedes-Benz Arena or something it's called? So Lewis, you were mentioning it to me today. I actually wanted to go for a couple of days and just sort of spend a bit of time in Germany. Is that right? I remember the day you were saying.
If you're going to somewhere, you don't just go for like a day or so, then you explore the city that morning, then go get your flight. Because like, if you're going to somewhere you've never been before, like we have been in London like once, but we haven't like explored like the main like place like Oxford Street or anything like that.
Yeah, you just want to go to Oxford Street and do a bit of shopping.
No, well, everything's in Oxford Street. That's what Oxford Street's about.
Last summer we done
that's the main part.
The tour we done everywhere last summer, basically apart from Oxford Street in London. But the point is, we're going to Berlin, Germany. Lewis, see next summer you're going to cost me an absolute fortune between a bloody summer holiday.
Can we go to Spain this summer?
Well, we could if we wanted to.
Can we actually? Instead of Blackpool, go to Spain.
If you want. I bet you 25-1. Brooke will want to go to holiday with us then if we're going to Spain.
I don't know.
She'll be like, I'm going out bikini shopping for the pool, Dad. Bye.
Nah, let's just go to New York instead.
Well, that's a dream one day to go to New York, right? But yes, Grace, we are going away to Germany and London at one point. Now, whether we come back here in the summer, I don't know. I've been bringing these guys here for how many years now? 5-6 years? Yeah. And I said to you last year before I booked the holiday, where do you want to go? And you went, Blackpool. Because you know why? Because they love the pleasure beach.
Well, yeah, I love the pleasure beach, but like, even I said to you after the pleasure beach this year, I was like, I remember everything anyway, so there's no point in going as often, so why don't we just go like to like Alton Tower, whatever you want to call it, again, they're one instead next year.
It's a good point, I've never been there before.
I know it's in Stoke-on-Trent, but like, it might probably be more fun. Just something
Legoland in London.
I actually would love to go to London in the summer, but
we'll figure something out. But Grace, thank you for your email. I do appreciate it. Me and Liz will probably have a big debate about this tonight in the hotel room, and we'll probably end up having a wrestling match in the middle of the room or something like that to decide where we're going. I'll put you through the table.
What table?
The table over there with just the kettle and thing on.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll have a wrestling match and we'll wrestle over it to see where we go. Does that sound good? Okay. Right, let's have another wee look here and see where are we now. Random. Right, here we go. Oh, here's one here from Norman. Norman says, one quick question, Matthew. Any chance of getting 4 and 5XL for your merchandise? There you go. There you go. There's your answer for you. I'm only kidding. I can certainly get on to the manufacturer for you. You've just said there, just one quick question. Any chance of getting 4 and 5 XL t-shirts? I can certainly try and pass that on for you. Not a problem. We're going to be bringing the Christmas merch out next week. Have you seen any of the designs I made for the Christmas merch yet? No. Do you want to put your input to the Christmas merch?
Maybe do.
Or your Orwa t-shirt. As he sits there and takes a slurp of his new Prime that he got. Which we haven't talked about actually, about you getting your new Prime. He picked up, guys, in Liverpool start of the week there, a Dodgers Prime from Liverpool. And then today we were shopping in Blackpool and we came across, finally, after all this time of doing my head in, the Lemonade Prime.
Oh, we have seen it other times,
but we'll ask him for his view on it in just a wee minute. But yes, certainly I will send an email off for you and see if we can get bigger sizes in the merchandise. Certainly, we can certainly do that for you, no problem at all. Right, one here from Graham. Ooh, titled EasyJet Staff. Ooh, let's have a read this one here. It says, "Hey Matthew, I was flying from Glasgow to Ireland recently and I came across an incident with an EasyJet member of staff in the airport being very aggressive towards another person getting on another flight at another gate. I remember you talked about this a few months ago on your podcast last year, to be precise, where you were, sorry, I'm bring this up a bit more, you had an incident with an EasyJet member of staff. I've had family members as well, and my experience running them with EasyJet members of staff, and I find them as a very terrible airline. Have you had any more issues with EasyJet? Because I know you fly with them regularly back and forward to Liverpool games." Well, actually, I haven't, no. What was your experience like with EasyJet with Granda last week?
Good, like, literally, we didn't even really speak to any of them, or literally speaking to each other, literally, we're perfectly fine.
Okay, so it was all good?
Mm-hmm.
No, guys, in case you wondered, I mean, I had an experience with them last year where, do you remember, Lewis, last time we were going to Blackpool, was it 2 years ago? And I was somewhere else the week before in the flight, and I was fine, and then we tried to go away and they tried to charge me for the bag, do you remember? In the same gate with the same people, letting us do the same gate to go on, obviously at the flight at a different location, and I had the same bag with the same, well, obviously a wee bit more stuff in it, but not as much as what it was normally, and it was enough to get through. And they wanted me to put my bag in that wee whole thing. They wanted to try and charge me more money. And I was like, you having a laugh, mate? Don't think so. And it was the same girl with another girl. The same two girls were they escalated a week before. And they were being bitches about it. And then in our recent time as well, when I was going to, do you remember whenever we were going to Cardiff? Mm-hmm. My friend Louise, remember they charged her for a bag? Remember? I mean, there was people walking past her with bigger bags and they weren't even being charged. Remember that? And Louise was cracking up. She was going nuts. So she was. And that's just Louise. That's the girl who recently was at a wrestling show and confronted AEW wrestler Jon Moxley. Yeah. So good on you, Louise. But yes, I've had a few. Not since the last time I spoke about it on the podcast. I've had really many incidents with EasyJet, to be honest. But again, EasyJet members of staff can be a nightmare, but they can also be very nice. I mean, I've obviously had a few. What was that thing you saw on the plane the other day? You were talking about somebody was getting applauded on the plane the other day about something. Lewis had an incident on the plane the other day. He was telling me that all the staff are applauding him and all the people on the plane were applauding him. What were they clapping for? You sent me a wee video on your phone. What the hell were they clapping for? He says there was something happens, like say somebody gets engaged on the plane or something happens or whatever, and everybody cheers and all that there on the plane. You were saying there was an incident the other day on the plane. Everybody was clapping. It was about something about balloons or something. Like what the hell happened? Or you showed me a video here on your phone. What was it about? Do you remember? Or are you still checking on his phone here?
Yeah, she became a balloon animal artist.
What?
That's her dream job. That was her last flight. Huh.
What was she leaving? Was it a member of staff from EasyJet that was leaving their job to become an animal balloon artist? Please tell me you're joking. Is that what they were saying in that video? Play it back again. Let me play it over the podcast here, over the microphone. Well, they actually said that the person was their last flight working for EasyJet to become a balloon. Was it an animal balloon artist?
A balloon animal artist.
Please tell me you're joking.
Heavy news.
Here we go. Listen to this, guys. This is on Lewis's phone. You will see here. He's going to play it. He's just setting the phone up here now to play it for you. Here we go. If he decides to push play here, come on. Turn the volume up here.
I didn't get the full thing, but I still got it.
As a balloon animal artist.
They were leaving to become an animal balloon artist. So you tell me now that animal balloon artists are paying more money than bloody EasyJet cabin crew?
Probably.
You're just sitting there looking at me.
I'll actually Google it for you.
That's actually insane. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's get on to some of the questions from Instagram. Oh my God. The things that you hear and see nowadays, unbelievable. Right, where's my Instagram here? Dear. Well,
in the US, they range from $18,780 to $147,890 a year.
oh wait, what, an animal balloon artist?
Yeah.
Man, I need to get a new job. Seriously, I need to get a better job. Oh dear.
Well,
Let me see where we're here now.
£20,474 pounds a year to and £114,500 a year.
Man, I gotta become a balloon artist. Right, seriously, Lewis, go and look up there and see if we can get some training for us to go.
Jet cabin.
That's ridiculous, man. He's researching it here as we speak. Right, let's get I'll answer one of your questions while he's doing that. Right, let's have a look here and see. Where are we?
And then EasyJet cabin crew pay about £18,264 a year.
Is that all they get?
Yeah.
Like, they travel all around the world.
Is it
Or Europe.
No, a typical EasyJet cabin crew salary is 18,000 like post to start now, and then a cabin crew salary at EasyJet can range from £10,201 to £183,738.
There's no way they get that much, like, unless they work fucking 7 days a week. So, right, let's have a look here on the messages here. Where are we here now? Right, I want to hear from Gordon. Gordon on Instagram has said to me, "Hi Matthew, how you doing? Loved your podcast from last Tuesday to talk about Matthew Perry. My whole household has been actually heartbroken about the whole situation, especially my 2 young daughters. I just wanted to say, keep up the good work for the podcast. I hope you have a great and safe trip to Blackpool with Lewis. But we're here now and we're talking to you. So, you want to say hello to Gordon?
Hi Gordon.
He's sitting here drinking his prime and his element here, so he's just sort of all relaxed now. So he's all chilled out after a long day of walking. By the way, Gordon, thanks for your message. Yes, it was a heartbreaking day. My daughter was obviously heartbroken. So she was. You weren't even in the house whenever the news broke because you were nanny and Grandis. Yep. And Brooke came down the stairs and she was crying. She was like, "Daddy, Matthew Perry's died." It was like,
my reaction would be like, who cares?
Hey, that's not a very nice thing to say. It's horrible.
Joking.
Can't be saying things like that. No, that's not nice. So it's not. Let's one day another one here and see. Right here, one here from Anna Marie. And Anna Marie is clicking her profile and see where she's from. Anna Marie, where are you from? Anna Marie is from Doncaster. And she's standing here in her profile picture. She actually looks like she's on a night out somewhere with all her girly mates. Anna Marie has said, "Hello Matthew, how are you today? Hope you're keeping well. Your daughter's birthday's coming up this year, or this month, sorry. How does it feel to be getting old? Your daughter is now 18. How do you feel about that? Enjoy the podcast." Thanks for that, Anna Marie. How do I feel? I'm standing here looking at the other one across me here, and he's 14. Do you remember your dad when he was younger?
Yeah, I was born in 1902.
Funny. Yes, I am feeling a bit old because Brooke's 18. Here, Brooke's 18th birthday party's coming up soon. And you have a very big responsibility for that job at a party now, haven't you? Even though it's your sister's birthday.
I ain't doing it.
She wants you to be the photographer. Mr. Football photographer over here. Brooke has asked him to be the official photographer for her birthday. Yes, I am feeling old. She's turning 18 in a couple of weeks, and I don't know. It's crazy. And then this one here, in another 4 years, will be 18 as well, and he'll have me tortured even more, won't you? He'll have me down the pub and all. So, right, Dad, come on, we'll go down for a pint and all in the pub. All right?
No.
You stop saying that, you balloon. Oh, that and Orwa, that's all he says. So funny. Guys, by the way, before I continue on with some of the core questions, don't forget to go and check out Lewis's videos from Liverpool. He put his recent long vlog out with him and my dad. Was it yesterday he put it out? Where you seen Lewis actually going through the streets of Liverpool, playing football with random people in the street. He actually went out and bought a ball. Where'd you get the ball from anyway?
Decathlon.
Oh, okay. Try to get that to be a sponsor of this podcast. Would be great.
Yeah.
But you just bought a ball and you went around the streets randomly, and at one point you had quite a lot of people playing, didn't you?
Yeah, it was quite fun.
Yeah, even your granddad was having a wee kick around too as well, even though he was more sort of standing against the wall, but he got involved a wee bit, like. But But here, did you and Grandad have a good trip, by the way?
Yes, of course we did. Why wouldn't we have?
Who won the argument? Like, guys, anybody out there knows who watches my vlogs a lot. Lewis is the Pound Bakery boy, and my dad loves Greg's. Who won the argument? Who would Breeze went first? Greg's or Pound Bakery?
Well, what do you mean by what place we go to first?
Now, is it the rumour true that I heard that you actually went into Greg's? Is that true? For all you Pound Bakery... Now, is the Pound Bakery lovers out here going to turn on you?
Oh, I had to.
Why did you have to? Why did you say you had to?
Because Grandad wanted the coffee, and it was the closest place to us, and he was like, let me go into Greg's. I was like, okay, I'm not going to argue.
Did your feet burn walking in?
Yes, I felt like I was like... Well, he's like, do you want to go to Greg? He's like, I need to go to Greg. I was like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm here for a good time. I'm not arguing, not in the mood.
So you actually stepped inside Greg's?
But we
Turncoat?
Here.
Oh, yeah.
Listen. I kind of won the argument because the first place we went to was Pound Bakery.
But even so, you still went into Greg's.
I wasn't going to go
Traitor.
I think I sat outside, so...
Aye, right. No comment, young man. You're a traitor. So you are right. Let's get into a couple of the old bake book, as we call it in Northern Ireland. Bake book.
How about you?
How about you? I'm gonna stick you in a bin. Honest to God, I should have opened this before I even turned this podcast mic on. Where are we? Let's change it into my.
I mean, that was March, wasn't it? Podcast mic.
Well,
That makes sense.
Whatever, same thing. Let's have a look here and see. Right, where are we here? I've one here from Margaret. I haven't heard that name for a while. Margaret on Facebook. Let's see what she has to say. Hey Matthew, love all your vlogs. So I've recently started watching your channel and love all your vlogs. Love your family. You're an amazing dad. Also, I'm a single parent too. I have 2 girls who I've brought up myself for a long time, and it's very rewarding when they grow up, move out, and become their own people. Well done on all the years of hard work you've put in with your kiddies. Love your 2 kids to bits, especially Lewis. Hey, you've got a fan. Margaret loves you. She says, I love him. My grandson wants one of his t-shirts. There you go.
I said we give him one.
Well, you need to speak to the people who make the t-shirts.
She can have my merch if she wants it.
What merch? You ain't got no merch.
Yes, I do.
Or why? So yes, there you go. Says her grandson would love one of the t-shirts.
Can I get my merch too?
Well, here you go. There you go. He said it on the podcast. Right, we're going to get that set up for Margaret. Margaret, if you're listening to me right now, send me some details and we'll get that arranged for you. We'll get her an Orwa t-shirt for her grandson.
Yeah, give it to her for free.
Yep, there you go. We'll do that. When was the last time we done a giveaway here on the podcast, or even on the Mirror on the Mirror Army? We have done giveaway on the YouTube channel.
I'm joking. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Margaret, tell you what we'll do. You mail me back. I'll mail you after I hit stop on this podcast today, and I'll send you a message back. You send me across a couple of details, and we'll get you sorted for a t-shirt. How's that sound? Yeah. See, I am a good person to my listeners and my viewers, unlike you. Sitting there, grumpy boy. I'm joking. So yes, we'll get that sorted out for him. Right. I was going to say you could have signed it for him, but can't because it's the supplier who sends the t-shirt. Unless we get. Well, could we do that? Really? Ask the supplier to send it to us, and then we could bring it out and sign it, and then send it back.
Yeah, we buy the t-shirt for ourselves, and we send it to them.
Well, we'll do that then. I'll order the t-shirt tonight. Margaret, I'll send you a message tonight. You reply to me with obviously your details. We'll get that here. It might take a couple more days because obviously we're going to get it here. I'll get myself, Burke and Lewis to sign it. We'll get Nanny and Grandad to sign it too, and Tony. We'll get everybody to sign it and we'll send it back. If you're happy enough with that there, or if you just want Lewis's signature, whatever, or even don't want any signature at all, let me know before we get it sorted, and I'll get in contact with the guys and we'll get that arranged for you. So thank you for your message, appreciate it. I've just looked at the dial here, how long we've been recording here for this. We've actually been recording quite a bit today. I haven't really had much subjects to talk about, just us talking about our trip. But anyway, before we do go, we need to do a Jackass of the Week. But before we do that there, you have another bottle of your Prime sitting there in front of you. Now the lemonade one. How many bottles are you missing now from the full collection?
2.
Which is?
Grape and KSI.
Anyone out there want to help Lewis? I winded him up today in Sports Direct. We're in getting them new shoes today. I says, over there, there's the Great Prime, and you went, what? I mean, it's over there, a big Prime display thing. And he went over looking like a tit. And he walked over, it was the print off of the grape bottle on the box.
Well, I already knew it was. I was like, so your kid was looking at it. I was like, yeah.
Whatever. I still got you, though. Anyway, so you're happy enough with your Prime. What's the lemonade? Well, the lemonade one's all right, though, isn't it? The Dodgers one was quite nice. Do you not think the Dodgers one tastes like that ice pop one?
Oh, it is ice pop. That's exactly what the flavour is. It's just ice pop in a Dodgers bottle.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
People are fighting over that when they can get that same exact flavour in the likes of an Asda for £2.
Yeah, but it's a different bottle.
I go away and jump at that there. What is the whole obsession with this bloody Prime? Absolute madness. Anyway, let's move on and get ready for the best part of the week I love. It's night time for the Jackass of the Week segment. This is my favourite part of the week, you know. I love this. Now, every week I get contacts from you guys every week asking who's Jackass of the Week, who you think's Jackass of the Week. But Lewis and I were just talking about this today before we come on the air there, and we're in agreements that we haven't decided who Jackass of the Week is. As for a good valid reason as well, though, Lewis. So it's night time for the segment that we all love. It's night time for the Mer Army podcast Jackass of the Week segment. There he is, bumbling Boris the donkey. So that's long you've been on my podcast. You haven't been on for a while. The donkey's now called Boris. You know that? Boris the donkey, because he's a jackass. But anyway, we talked about this today, and we decided that the Jackass of the Week is... Can I get a drum roll, please? Not with you, always kind of with the proper drums. Thank you very much. The Jackass of the Week award goes to this week. Should we say the owner of the company, or should we say the actual company?
Company and owner.
What's the owner's name again?
I'm pretty sure it's William McRae.
Well, whatever his name is.
Hastings Jr.
Whatever his name is. The Jackass of the Week is the company, and obviously the owner, whatever his name is, Netflix. And the reason why I chose it, because, we talked about it earlier on the podcast, they're charging people more for their service, but they're taking things off their service, and they're making you pay, but they're even taking more off. Which makes them jackasses in my eyes. They are jackasses. Go on, you're going to say something there. You're holding your finger.
What a jackass.
What a jackass, exactly. You should get a Jackass of the Week. I'm actually going to get the guys to make me a Jackass of the Week t-shirt for the podcast. Definitely, 100%. They are the Jackass of the Week for this week. So, exactly. Guys, that is going to bring us to the end of the Mer Army podcast for this week. Thank you for tuning in as always. Bit of a strange one this week, obviously, with not very many subjects, but it's just ranting and raving. You want to say something there? You hold your finger up again?
Check out my merch.
Aye.
At newgenstore.tmail.com.
Whatever. Follow him on Instagram, Lewis Moore, YNWA. Check his YouTube channel out, Lewis Moore, LUIS, as in Lewis.
And Lewis Moore Vlogs and Lewis Moore Reacts.
Okay. Anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of the podcast, guys. Thank you for listening. We're back on Tuesday, back to normal schedule on Tuesday with all the usual stuff, news and bits and bobs we want to talk about over the weekend. I hope you all have a great weekend yourselves out there. If there is any bad weather or storms in your area, please wrap up well, be safe. Try and avoid going out as much as you can this weekend. I know obviously I sound like a bloody politician from during lockdown, but please, if you can't avoid to stay in, please do, because obviously the weather is going to obviously be horrendous over the weekend. I'm hoping this bloody storm decides to disappear. We may be bloody stranded here. I'm hoping that's not the case, because I want to get home for football on Saturday. But yes, no, back on Tuesday as normal, guys. So again, you know how to get in touch with us. If you're listening to us here today on Apple Music and also Spotify, please hit the follow button and follow us even more. Thank you everybody loads of people who follow us on Spotify and Apple Music at the minute. If you're listening to this podcast on YouTube, please, once again, also hit a like on it and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also if you're listening to us on TuneIn Radio, please don't forget to hit the follow too as well. That is going to bring us to the end of this. I'm going to go off here now down to the pub downstairs and have a beer. Should I put this podcast out today, or should I leave it till tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Because it's creeping up the time now where it's my Thursday night, guys. As you all know, I tell you, on Thursday nights I always have a beer. But Tony's not with me this week because Tony is back home in Northern Ireland. I bet he's sitting there crying into his pint, wondering where his big brother is. So he is. But oh well, sure, it's all fun and games. Before you ask, no, you're not having any beer either. No pints for you. You're too young.
Okay.
No beer. But anyway, that is us for an hour one. Should we go and enjoy the rest of Blackpool?
Hey, mate there.
You could go and have your beer in your imaginary brain. Away you go. Thanks for Lewis for coming on today, even though he's acting like a bit of a fool. You're welcome. Until next Tuesday, guys, have a great weekend, whatever you're up to. Enjoy yourselves, and I will see you back here on Tuesday for a back to normal. Yes, back to normal episode of the Moore Army podcast. And don't forget, that lady I was speaking to there, get in touch with me. Margaret, and let me know your details, and we'll get that t-shirt and all arranged for you too as well. So until the next one, enjoy your weekend. I'll see you back here on Tuesday for another episode of the Moore Army podcast. Lewis, what are you offering? Free Boris, the donkey. He's down there beside them more donkeys in the beach in Blackpool. Here, them donkeys down there on the beach. I don't think they're allowed out tonight. It's just too wet and cold. But Boris is down there. Way and feed him, would you? Aye, way and feed him more. Till Tuesday, guys. See you all soon. Thanks for listening.